This one simple exercise will make your low back feel so much better. After rupturing my L5-S1 disc, I was desperate trying to find the right exercise to help me relieve the tension in my low back without just constantly stretching. So today, I'm gonna break down this one simple exercise, but don't just go do the exercise. Really listen all the way through and get a good understanding of the unique coaching cues that I share.
I call the tip and tuck, and it's basically rebuilding this relationship through contracting and relaxing and not allowing things to just kind of spasm or stay over contracted. So the tip and tuck, you're essentially gonna do basically two movements. You're going to tip the pelvis forward, and we're gonna tuck it back. Now, I know you probably think you've done this before, but listen to the way I coach this. It's paramount that you follow these specific steps. What we're gonna do is first, I want you to take a couple breaths in, into this low back area, and ensure that all the muscles, as much as you can, are just completely relaxed. You wanna start from nothing, as in there's no contraction, no engagement whatsoever. To tip, what I want you to do, I don't want you to just dump your pelvis forward. I want you to push your butt bone, your hip bone, whatever you want to call, whatever you want to identify it as. I want you to tip it forward. So as you're pushing it into the ground, you're going to tip your pelvis forward, okay? Now start small here. You don't have to do massive amounts of arching. I want you to just gently tip it, okay? And I'll show you some progressions you can do here in a second. In the meantime, while you're tipping it, I want you to also breathe in. So you're gonna breathe in and into that low back, and you're going to tip the pelvis forward. And when you come back to neutral, go nice and slow. Exaggerate how you return to make sure when you come back to neutral, you're completely relaxed. There's nothing being engaged. So take a couple deep breaths, and you can do it again. Now, the tucking portion, once you've understood and you've mastered this gentle tucking, or this gentle tipping, sorry, and then relaxation, slowly coming back to neutral, now we can do the tucking. So the tucking is essentially just gonna bring our butt under. So we're tucking our butt under and flattening our lower back. Now what you're gonna feel here is less of a low back engagement as the tipping does. Tipping engages this low back. I want you to drop your hips into the ground. The tucking is going to actually engage these abs more. So your low back muscles should be able to relax. So contract, relax. We're trying to build this relationship up. So as we bring our low back and flatten into the ground, I want you to breathe out. Engaging these abs. You should feel an engagement all the way into your groin. That's the key thing here. And then when you're done, I want you to slowly breathe in and gently go back to neutral. Even if it takes 2 to 3 breaths just to go back to neutral nice and gentle. Now, you've isolated these two movements. You've gotten the tipping and you've gotten the tucking. Now we can kind of make it a little bit harder. It's not supposed to get too much harder. But what I want you to focus on is I want you, as you're bringing your pelvis forward, going back to the first exercise, I want you to feel yourself engage your low back muscles. Not super hard, not super intense, but you're pushing those bones into the floor, tipping your pelvis forward. And to do that as well, I want you to feel your lower back muscles contract. So gently go to the point of pain right before that stop. And you're going to deep breath in. Come out of it nice and slow. One breath in the resting neutral place, and then you're gonna go into the lower back flattening or the tucking exercise. This is how you successfully do the tip and tuck exercise. Follow those key points.
If you want to take this exercise and kind of build on it, make it more of a daily routine to follow, go to fitnessforbackpain.com/routine. I'm gonna break down a few more exercises, some reps and sets that you can be doing for your chronic low back pain, sciatica, or stiff low back. Just go to fitnessforbackpain.com/routine.